Hello, everyone. I'm Gold Derby editor Daniel Montgomery. I am here with Tony Randall, who won our Dancing with the Stars prediction contest for week 6. So not this past episode, but the episode before. That was Latin Night, when Amber Rose was eliminated, when she got the low score, which, Tony, you predicted both of those outcomes. And you also predicted how many 10s the judges would give out. That was a 10 happy night. I think most people were still predicting there would be 1 to 4 perfect 10s, and they were just handing them out like Tic Tacs. What did you think of that episode?
Yeah, they're certainly getting a little more generous with their scores as the season goes on. But there are some pretty good dancers this year. So I'm not that surprised. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Amber Rose going home, not shocking, I would say, to anyone who has been watching the show or aware of Amber Rose. She wasn't great. It didn't really seem like she was really trying too hard. So that wasn't super surprising. But last night was fun. I don't know. This season has been pretty good. I don't know who some of these people are still. But I don't really watch it for A-list talent because that has never really been a part of this show. But the dancing is great, and it's pretty good this season.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It's sort of Dancing with the Stars, but I feel like if they did the same show with people who were just complete unknowns, who weren't even intended to be celebrities, I think it'd be just as good. Have these personalities of these amateurs trying to learn these complex dances and hopefully not make fools of themselves or fall down, which we can talk about Era's night. Poor Marilu Henner. She took a spell during the group dance, which didn't help the team score or her own. She ended up at the bottom of the leaderboard. I don't think anyone at Gold Derby predicted Marilu Henner would get the lowest score of the night. She had 100 to 1 odds of that happening. What did you think about her night in general? Were you surprised?
Kind of. I mean, Derek's partners typically do pretty well, it seems. Like every year, it seems like he's really good at choreography and teaching them. So even when he gets stuck with someone, maybe like Mary Lou, who's not as like Olympic gold medal winning as some of the other contestants, they stick around longer than they probably should. Mary Lou, to be honest, I don't even remember her falling. I remember her Maureen and Artem tripping like during their Era's dance. Both team dances were fine. I liked the costumes. I liked a lot of the costumes and all of the wigs last night. There were so many wigs. I was especially enjoying that. The costume and the makeup department on this show is, I think, one of the best reasons to watch every week. The stuff that they put out in such a short time frame is kind of stunning. The team dances, fun to learn that Bruno was a sci-fi geek. Not shocked that Ryan was picked last. Seems like his days are kind of numbered. I thought it was funny that like he thinks of them as such like a close-knit family already. I don't really know if the feelings are mutual there, but maybe he seems okay. Probably not as terrible as his public persona is, but yeah, no, Era's night was fun. A welcome reprieve with no pit bull as a judge. Thank God. Len was back. That was welcome. I like Len. He's kind of a jerk, but he's fun. It's better with him around, I think. The judging can get a little Carrie Ann and Bruno, when Len's not there to kind of keep them in place, it seems like they can kind of get a little crazy. But Era's night was fun. I think the Era certainly worked out like some eras were a little easier to translate to dance than others. Like 40s, I don't know, 80s. Oh, that was like really, really bad. But I don't know. I thought it was actually a really good night. I thought some of the, like Mary Lou and Derek, I thought they were kind of underscored for that 20s number. I thought that was fun, but they were like super out of sync. I don't know. I'm not like a professional dancer, but when I can tell that like they're really out of sync, it's like, ooh, like someone's not doing okay right now. But it was still energetic. I don't actually know if they'll go home next week. I think Derek has probably a larger fan base than some of these celebrities that are left. So I wouldn't put it like past his popularity, like getting through next week. I would think that Jana, I don't know who she is. She's good. Is she a UFC fighter? That's who I think. That's what I think.
No, that was Paige Van Zandt last season.
Okay. Jana,
an actress.
Jana, how do you say her name? Do you know how to pronounce her name?
As far as I know.
Jana. Okay, Jana and Gleb. I don't know. I think they're in trouble. They're pretty boring. They had like a troubled edit last night, like in their like package, like, ooh, they're not getting along, like they're having problems. So I actually think them or Ryan are more likely to go home than Mary Lou and Derek at this point. I think Ryan, it's time. He's not good. Like he's not good and he's unlikable. And he has certainly achieved like whatever like redemption arc he was like going for, I guess. I don't know. He's got to go. Like he's so annoying. He's so dumb. It looks like he moves his arms in a very strange like way. Like he does not move his arms like a human. It's strange.
He's a little
again, when I'm giving dance critiques, it's like, oh, guys, come on, like, not great. But yeah, I don't know. I hope Ryan goes home at the very least. I'm sick of him.
Yeah, I'm actually predicting him to be eliminated. I agree with you that Marilu probably has a pretty solid fan base, at least on behalf of Derek Huff, people voting for him to stick around. And the fact that he is such a good teacher and the fact that she's actually at the bottom of the leaderboard can be helpful because it's the first time she's ever been there and Derek is there too. So fans of one or both of them will really, really want to save them. And then you have Ryan Lochte, who's next in line for the bottom of the leaderboard. He's in a little bit more trouble. And then you're right, Jana Kramer and even also Tara Jolie, the reality TV star.
No, I refuse to accept that Tara is in trouble. Tara is the only celebrity that I have any invested interest in this season. She's great. Their partnership is great. She is such an entertainer. Like, she's so good. Like, I'm shocked. I thought it was going to be like a gimmicky kind of thing. Like when they I don't know if this is insensitive, but when they had Heather Mills on like a decade ago, Paul McCartney's ex-wife with the fake leg, I thought it was going to be kind of like, oh, let's see how they do. And then, you know, it maybe not turn out great. But Tara is so good. I'm in love with her. We got to see her kids this week. Like I think she's totally safe. I think that the moms who watch this show are going to connect with her, especially this week. I hope so. If she's in trouble, like, I don't like to say like, oh, I'll stop watching. But I actually might stop watching if they get rid of Tara because Lori's then just going to win. Like, it's over. Like, just give it to Lori. Like, you get the trophy next to all your medals. Cool. Like, could have just given her the trophy after week 1. I mean, and that's probably the case anyways. But, like, yeah, I don't know. As long as it's not Tara. Anyone but Tara.
It's funny about Lori because the first she finished at the top of the judges leaderboard for 3 of the first 4 weeks of the show. So it really just seemed like everyone go home. There's no need for anyone to stick around. But since then, I mean, James Hinchcliffe, the race car driver, he's really come out swinging. I think part of it might be the judges maybe want to, maybe they don't want Lori to seem like such a foregone conclusion, so they want to boost someone else up. Although I do think James Hinchcliffe is certainly worthy of that. I do think they've been underscoring Lori deliberately the last couple of weeks, just to kind of keep some suspense in the race. But what do you think about those two? Is it just going to be Lori, or is there a chance that James Hinchcliffe could actually upset her at the end of the season?
I mean, I thought that the James Elio comparison was apt, and then last night in the episode they actually showed them Skyping with one another, and I was like, okay, wow, they have the exact same kind of obscure sports person turned performer kind of bit going on. I don't know what it is. I see that parallel pretty directly. So I wouldn't be surprised if I would think it's obvious that it's going to be them two at the end. I don't really see who their competition would be. I think Lori's much better. I think James, there's a lot of personality in James's performances. A lot of Sharna's choreography has been phenomenal. Last night, that was so fun. That whole dance told a story. And I think that's benefiting them. And I think his personality exudes in his dancing, and that's great. Technically, I think they're not in the same league, whatsoever. When Shawn Johnson won, I don't know, 5 or so seasons, whenever the heck that was, I didn't really see that coming because I thought she was so boring kind of all season. But I think anytime a 16-year-old is on the show, how much personality can you really expect a 16-year-old to have? Just because it's not a real person yet. But when Shawn Johnson won, that was surprising to me. She was really good, but I never really thought that fans would really be behind her. And I think Lori has a far more stage presence to her and is a more natural performer. So I don't know. It seems inevitable. I'm not sure what the Gold Derby odds are right now, but even money, I would assume. I don't know.
Well, the odds keep changing. We've got enough predictions, I think, right now for the odds to have generated. I'll take a look at those right now and report those to you. But while I'm getting those, I'm wondering. You mentioned that Tara you're a big fan of hers. You don't want her to go home. Is there anyone else who you're even remotely, just hoping for will stick around and won't be a horrible surprise next Monday night?
Calvin Johnson is very good looking, so I don't mind his presence on the show. Who else do I like? I guess James. I don't know. The whole NASCAR thing is kind of hard to get past. Again, I have no idea who this person is. He could have been a homeless man from the street posing as a NASCAR person, and I'd be like, cool, yeah, you drive cars real fast in a circle, that's a thing. So I guess James, I don't know, I like Lori and Val. I like their partnership. I think they kind of have a fun older brother, younger sister type vibe to them that's not creepy, thank God. Because that could, I kind of was a little uneasy that first week, just Val. Who else am I rooting for? Really just Tara and Sasha. I would like to see them get to the finals. I think that would be fun. I like when kind of a fan favorite goes farther than anyone is anticipating. And I think that she's by far the most surprising performer out of the bunch. It's not shocking that Lori was going to do well. it's not, I don't know, like Ryan Lochte also has Olympic gold medals. Calvin Johnson is one of the most famous athletes of the last 10 years. Like, it's not surprising when someone like this joins the show and does really well. It's shocking when someone like Tara is kind of slaying the competition. Like, I'm just so obsessed with her. Her outfit last night was perfect. She looked gorgeous. I love when her and Sasha are in frame together. It's so like petite and like they look appropriate, and like she just seems to be coming into her own shell as a performer, as a celebrity, as like a presence. Like I see her growth. I've seen her grow throughout the season, and that has impressed me more than James or Lori just kind of being generally good the whole time. I don't know. I think Tara has a lot to overcome, and every week, like regardless of the dance, I think they scored her super low 2 weeks ago, and they were like, "Oh, it didn't seem like you were into it." And I was rioting on my couch by myself, like furious, just like, "What the hell did you all watch?" Like, that was amazing. But I'm clearly biased, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. I'm rooting for let's see. I'm rooting for like great production. I love the production on the show. Like some more interesting themed nights would be okay in my book for next season as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see the mix
a little stale.
Same themes year after year. We get another Latin night, we get another Eras night, we get another Most Memorable Year night. They should throw in some new surprises.
Yeah, new anything. The show has been a little stale for a while now. I don't really know like what they could do to amp it up. I remember a couple seasons ago they were thinking about maybe going to one cycle of like a television season, which I thought would maybe help in the celebrity department. Like maybe like a combined cast would be closer to a like recognizable for 99% of the people who watch. But I don't know. I think that the fan base is kind of just there regardless of who the celebrities are, so it doesn't really matter. What else? What else am I looking forward to? I'd like to learn more about Lori being homeschooled. That was I thought interesting. I kind of want to know a little bit more about some of these celebrities. Like, we know Lori's an Olympic gold medalist, but there's been almost nothing about her family. And I didn't really follow the Olympics, so maybe they covered that ad nauseum over the summer, but I wasn't watching. So I'd like to know a little bit more about these people, especially Jana. I still don't know why she's a celebrity. Even 10 minutes into this conversation, I'm unclear like why she's a part of this show, but she's good and she's beautiful. And that like rain dance last week was incredible.
Yeah, she's lucky that Len wasn't there last week because Len is notoriously strict against very, very sexy, provocative performances.
Yeah, that was sexy as hell. Like, that was ridiculous. And she's just great. I'd like to see more from her. I'd like to see a little more personality from her. I don't think she's going to be around too much longer for us to see this personality. But we'll see. I'm not sure. More wigs. I like to see more wigs. The wig game last night, I think I've mentioned this already, it was like really on point. Artem was in a mullet, and I was thinking about it like earlier today. I just like saw someone on the street, and I was like, "Oh wow, that reminds me of Artem's mullet." I'll never forget that. But they're gone, so I probably will forget it by the time next week airs.
Well, I have the odds up. As we're talking right now, these will change as more people make their predictions, of course. But right now, to win the Mirrorball Trophy, Lori is still on top, of course, with 1-3 odds, and then James Hinchcliffe is next with 10-1. Calvin and Johnson has 12-1 odds. Mary Lou Henner has 14-1 odds. And that's mainly the people who have a shot. After that, it's Jana Kramer has 80-1 odds, so it gets a pretty steep decline after that.
I would take those 10-1 odds on James Hinchcliffe. That seems generous in my estimation. I mean, I think he's the only one with any conceivable chance of beating Laurie. And I don't know. It seems like the final week is often dependent on the well, it does not seem dependent on the scores. That's what I was gonna say. Like the later in the competition it seems like the scores are increasingly irrelevant because everyone starts doing really well. So like unless someone really sucks, like the scores are meaningless because by the time you get to the finals, pretty much they're giving 10s for everything, regardless of whether they're deserved. I think especially in those freestyle dances, they're just like, oh, 10, like whatever. But yeah, I don't know. 10-1 odds seem really hot. Like that seems crazy for James. If I was a betting man, I would take that.
Well, thank you so much for joining me and talking with me today, and congratulations on winning our contest for Latin Night, and best of luck for your predictions in week 8, and best of luck to me too, because my last 2 weeks predictions have not been good. So, so it was a pleasure talking to you, and
Awesome. Thank you.